So, a lot of people that are beginners in terms of time management don't understand the basics. And today, I actually want to go over some of these basics with you because I feel like these are very easy things to understand, but a lot of people may not do. You may not be doing some of these, so I would like to go over these today. Hello, my name is Jonathan Aquino, and I help teach the next generation. So, there's a lot of different information that gets thrown out in the world of time management. Time blocking, batching, do this, do that, do this. But a lot of it isn't 100% necessary if you know the basics. If you know the basics, then you can kind of go with time blocking and you can go with batching, some of the more advanced techniques. But today, basics. Very simple stuff that everyone should know and everyone should understand, but a lot of new people may not. So the first and maybe arguably the biggest thing is people don't set realistic goals. They either set goals that are too small for them or too big for them. So you want to make sure you're setting goals that you can achieve in a specific amount of time. So for example, if your goal is to make $100,000 in revenue, if you're a business person, but you don't own a business at all, that's kind of a hard goal to achieve. The more realistic goal would be 100 because you don't have a business. But if you're around my level where, you have 90,000 last year, this year, okay, well, 120 this year. That's an achievable goal for me. So make sure you set realistic goals and also build up, smaller goals within that. So be maybe starting the business, make your first dollar, make 10, make 15, so on and so forth. Small goals to kind of push you forward into it as well. So set realistic goals and then smaller goals as well to kind of build off and boost your momentum and such. Then you kind of want to set up a routine, like a set timetable. So while you don't have to necessarily time block your entire schedule, I would say a bare minimum, what time are you sleeping? What time are you waking up? What time are you eating? And that's probably half of the day done already. So after that, it would just be whatever's left. Those would be times to work. Very simple way of understanding it, but if you have a routine, you know what to do at what point. So you don't have to spend as much time thinking of what to do next. And instead you can just focus on the work or whatever needs to get done for your day-to-day basis. Very simple. Set a routine at a minimum, the sleep, eat, and waking up. That's it. But to also kind of follow along from the previous one, you also want to make sure you prioritize correctly. Because while you have all of those things time blocked, if you're putting in the working time pointless stuff or things that won't truly move the needle, you're not prioritizing correctly. So make sure you prioritize correctly, choosing the things that actually do matter and will move the needle in whatever goals you may have, whether it's personal, professional, or whatever goals you may have. Whatever you do has to move the needle in a meaningful manner, and it has to be something that you truly want to do. So a way that I did it was using the Eisenhower matrix. I've done a video on it. You can look it up as well. But basically, you need to find what's urgent and what's important to you and work on that, and you'll see results. Everything else, get scheduled to later or delete it entirely. But the basic premise is finding what's urgent and important and putting that on the times that you have available for your time blocked calendar that you previously made. For this next one, you want to try and make sure you kind of stay accountable of yourself and practice self-discipline. So while yes, all of these things that I just mentioned are very easy to understand, you have to make sure you are following through on them. So make sure you're not being distracted. You're not trying to multitask, which doesn't work. I did a video on that already. Making sure you stay on track with what you're doing and then ensuring you stay on the correct path and not going somewhere else that will not lead you to success, that will not lead you to fame, glory, and power. No. Stay on your path. Stay going forward. To kind of help you with this as well, you can also set like reminders or alarms and such to kind of help you guide you further. But for the most part, as long as you're not distracting yourself with, your phone, your internet, socials, and shit like that, you should be okay on this department. Now, what you also do want to do, what I would recommend personally, would be to schedule a time of learning and improvement. So you want to make sure you're also scheduling things that will help you learn and grow and prosper over time. This can be, for example, an easy one would be going to the gym. This is something that you could schedule in for an hour, work out for an hour, and you'll be better off over time. or you could be course learning, reading, whatever it may be. As long as you're continuing to learn and improve, you're going to be way ahead of the curve when you're older, which is what I'm finding out currently, because I wish I had done all of that I just mentioned earlier, because now I'm playing catch up. I'm doing like double or triple the amount of effort to get where I am because I didn't start earlier. So if you're a bit younger than me, I'm 23 for your information, start younger. Do this earlier. You have the advantage over me. So continue to learn, continue to improve, and you'll prosper much later on. And the last thing that I would say would be to continue to kind of track your progress, adjust and review what's your entire schedule. Whatever's been working, figure out why it's working and continue to do so. Whatever hasn't been working, figure out why it hasn't been working and figure out ways to implement, remove, change, whatever it may be to make sure that whatever it wasn't working now does work for you. So it might be taking out your phone from your room, might be blocking out stuff, might be moving to a different work environment. Like whatever it is, figure it out, fix it, track your progress. Because you might start very slowly at the beginning, but once you optimize, figure stuff out, then you'll be so much more ahead than you think in a very short time. If you do all of this now, I guarantee you that in a month or so, you'll be like a bajillion times better than you would have been without this stuff. It's so simple. All the stuff I just mentioned, it's so simple, but a lot of people don't do all of them. But if you do all of these, you will be so much farther than you think. It will take a bit of time, a bit of optimization, a bit of work, and a bit of, wanting to do it. You can't just expect everything to happen, you would like it to. No, you would want it to. You need it to. You want to put in the effort. So put all the effort into this and you'll be so much farther than you think. Super simple. These are all beginner level stuff. I've done more advanced stuff in my videos. Batching, time blocking, Eisenhower. I've done all of that as well. So if you found this helpful, you definitely want to check out my video on batching because that will significantly help with the second aspect. If you want to take back control of your time and break free from the stress of time management, check the link down below in the description.